pretty embarrassing. Today we're going to be discussing journaling. Each morning I wake up, I take my dogs outside, I brew a cup of coffee, feed the dogs, and I sit down and I write in a journal. And journaling is sort of the precursor to any other writing that I do. Before I write a single line of an article or a short story or whatever I want to write for the day, I will dust off the cobwebs by writing a bunch of gibberish. And additionally, I do this before I check any analytics, emails, or text messages that I have on my phone. So I've been journaling for about 10 years now, and I can confidently say it's one of the most important habits that I've ever built in my life. Journaling has gotten me through a lot of depressions in my life, a lot of sadness, a lot of bad moments. However, it's also been a record of all the good moments and has helped me strategize how to get past obstacles. It's been a way to display my issues, my problems on a piece of paper and strategize how I can get through them or how to get past a certain problem. And today I'll be going over 6 different ways that you can start journaling. The first journaling technique we're going to be discussing is free journaling. This is my free journal here, and this is the journaling that I've done most of my life. It's simply writing to yourself, for yourself, and by yourself. I believe free writing is the most purest form of journaling because there are no rules or regulations to it. You simply just sit down and write. You can write whatever you want. You can write on a napkin, on a scrap piece of paper, in a notebook, in a book, on your phone. It really doesn't matter. And the same thing goes for what you journal about. You can write about anything you want. You can brain dump on a piece of paper, and that's journaling. You can ask yourself questions, you can follow prompts, you can strategize your whole entire life. That's the beauty of free writing, or what I believe, just pure journaling. The benefits of writing in a journal is you can write without the judgment of others. Hopefully, no one will read what you're writing, so you can be who you are in your journal. You can write destructive thoughts. You can write your problems, your issues, people you hate, people you love, gratitude, things you love, things you hate. You can write whatever you want in a journal. You can write for 1 line a day or 10 pages a day. It doesn't matter. There are no rules to it. However you want to journal is how you should journal. So this may be weird for some initially because it's kind of weird just writing down your thoughts, but you can get assistance through journaling prompts. You can find them online, or you can buy a journal with the journaling prompts in the journal. But if you just want to get started today, I would recommend just getting a pen and paper, go on Google, search up journaling prompt, pick one that you resonate with, and get started. The next type of journaling is what I call catch-all journaling, and I actually got the name catch-all from a YouTuber named ParkNotes. I'll put his channel down in the description. But essentially what a catch-all journal is a journal that catches all ideas, thoughts, lists, or anything that you want to remember. So if you decide that you want to start catch-all journaling, I would suggest investing in one of these pocket notebooks. And these have been very trendy here on YouTube, but it is an amazing tool to have if you are creative in any way, or if you're just a busy person and you want to record ideas that you have throughout the day. You can also write your lists in here. So if you have grocery lists or to-do lists, whatever you want to write in here, you can write, and it's at your disposal at any time. You can just pull it right out of your pocket and write. As for myself, I've been carrying a pocket notebook for about 6 years now, and it's just a good way to always have a piece of paper on you to write things down. Of course, you have your phone, but there's something satisfying about writing an idea down on paper, and I tend to remember it more down the line. So in my pocket notebook, I have my to-do lists, and then I also have observations or thoughts that I have during the day. It doesn't matter if I'm sitting on the couch at work or wherever, this thing is always near me because there's been so many times I have a great idea and I don't have anything to jot it down, and then I just forget about it. So this way, I will always have something to write the ideas down. Then if something's really important to me, I record what's in my pocket notebook into a Commonplace Book, which I will get to next. Before we get into Commonplace Books, I want to share the idea that books can be journals. And what I mean by that is you can formulate questions or write down the thoughts or feelings you have on the content and write them in the margins of the book. Now, this is actually called Marginalia. So I believe this is an overlooked way of journaling because you can actually use the text right away and alongside your reading. If you want to take it a step further, you can create a Commonplace Book, and this has been an idea that's been used for hundreds of years. A Commonplace Book is where you record and save ideas or concepts that resonate with you. So you're free to use a Commonplace Book any way that you feel. However, I would recommend making the Commonplace Book personal. That means not just writing down concepts, but rewriting the concepts in your own words and jotting down ideas or thoughts or feelings that you have on the concept. When I first started my Commonplace Book, I would just write down any concepts that I read in a book, and I didn't rewrite it, I didn't get creative with it, and I never remembered any of it. It was just a way to jot down or rewrite the book that I just read. But down the line, what I would do is I would only jot down the concepts that resonated with me, and I would rewrite the concepts or combine different concepts together to create one concept. And I found that that has made a Commonplace Book a powerful tool for me as a writer. And right now I'm actually writing a script for a YouTube video on Commonplace Books, so stay tuned for that. So the past few techniques have been more freestyle journaling, but what if you want a more structured way of journaling? So the next techniques are going to be more of that, so structured journaling. So the first more structured way of journaling is a technique called gratitude journaling. And gratitude journaling is simple. You write 3 things down that you're grateful for. And you can write this anywhere. You can write this on your phone or on a piece of paper, it doesn't matter. And normally what I do is I write what I'm grateful for in my Freewriting journal, and I'll write out more thoughts that I have on why I'm grateful about that certain thing. But I've been implementing this more structured way of just 3 things that I'm grateful for each morning, and it's been an eye-opening experience. So for the first few days of gratitude journaling, I noticed that I wrote the same 3 things every morning. So I decided I wanted to look a bit deeper into my life to see what I'm grateful for beyond the obvious. And this was a good exercise for me because I haven't done this in years, and it really made me think about the inner workings of my life that I may overlook. For example, my organs, or the food that I eat, the water that I drink, or the roof over my head. As I stated before, you can write this anywhere. However, I've been using Intelligent Change's 5-minute journal for this, and it's been a nice supplement to the other types of journaling that I partake in. This journal is super easy to use. All you gotta do is write the date, you read the quote, you write 3 things that you're grateful for, you'd write 3 things that would make today great, and then a daily affirmation, I am whatever you are. And then at night, you write 3 things that happened today and how you could have made today better. And I found it to be a very wholesome experience in the morning. Normally, if you're just looking at your phone, you're exposed to a bunch of negativity. This way, you're focusing on the positive right off the bat, which I found to be a very great experience. So I bought this book in 2020, and it's been very interesting to look back and see what I was grateful for 3 years ago. Especially in 2020, it was very lonely for some, but for me, it was chaotic because I worked in a hospital. So it's been really interesting to look back and see just things that I was grateful for in the past. Now, if you're interested in purchasing one of these books, I will have a link in the description. I'll receive a small commission at no cost to you. Thank you for supporting the channel. Morning pages. Now, this is something that I've been implementing into my life for the past 30 days now, and it's a great way to get into the creative spirit by dusting off the cobwebs. Okay, I said that really weird. Cobwebs. So morning pages is a lot like free writing. However, there's a bit more rules to it. For one, you have to do it in the morning. Second, you need to write with flow. So it is stream of conscious writing. You can't be thinking while you do it. You just write and blurt out, brain dump onto a page. So the last rule is it needs to be written by hand, and it needs to be 3 pages long. However, I usually just write 2 pages because I have limited time in the morning, so I just get the 2 pages done and call it good. The practice of morning pages is from a book called The Artist's Way by Julia Cameron, and the book is a little woo-woo. However, the concepts in the book are sworn by, and I do believe doing morning pages every morning has been helping me become a better writer. I've come up with so many ideas in my morning pages, and what I'll do is I'll usually write out stream of conscious, brain dump, And then I'll typically write in my catch-all notebook ideas that stick with me. I've come up with so many different ideas while doing morning pages. It's just a great way to start the day off with creativity, and I will be coming out with a video on this topic soon, so stay tuned. So the last technique I'll be discussing is bullet journaling. Now, bullet journaling can be as simple or as complex as you would like it to be. There are many ways to use a bullet journal. I use mine to track habits and systems I want to implement into my life. Others use it as a full-on journal, and some are very artistic with their journal. There are no rules to bullet journaling. However, there is a lot of information on how to bullet journal. So I'll put all that information in the description below, and then I'll show a short video that I made while setting up my habit tracker. Into the actual habit tracker. I'm just on my phone right now, so this is going to be a little wobbly maybe. This is essentially it. So I'll go over everything here, and just if you're wondering, this is how I do the lines and the little logos here for each habit. Obviously the lines are still a little messy. I'm terrible at anything drawing. So yeah, let's get into it. So here on the left side, first I have the actual number of the page, then I just write the month here, and then here I have important notes. So I'll put anything that's super important that I need to know or remember for the month. Here I have my targets and goals, so I'll write any goals that I had. The only one that I wrote so far is don't buy any books, because I bought a lot of books last month and I need to read those books before I buy some more. So on the other side here, I have books read. I always track the books that I read the month. And then down here, this is where I write the systems or habits that I want to implement or make sure that I complete daily. So I'll put this here, and then I'll actually write down the habits that I want to do. Down here is kind of just extra notes, and then right here, this is where I track specific habits that I want to complete every week. So depending on what that is, last month I want to become a better runner, so I've been tracking my runs and how many miles that I actually run a week. So I'll actually put that here. So this is more like physical last month. It might be something different this month. All right, so here is the actual habit tracker. So to the left here, you'll see an index. I don't know what I was trying to do there, but I'll put, like, dates here, holidays and stuff like that, and then the actual tracker. So I put boxes, about 2 boxes wide for each of these, and I'll just kind of go through them. So anything that I want to track, I'll put here. So I have my weight here. Running is the heart, lifting is the weight, journaling, question mark, reading is the light bulb, stretch is the medical sign, and then the paw is walking my dogs, and then the little TV is writing and YouTube. So I want to track all these things, so I'll put it here, and when I have completed them, I just wrote this morning, and I'm doing YouTube right now technically, so I'll do the AM. That's terrible, but anyways, I'll just cross it off like that. And I have 30 here, 31 typically if I need to do that. So this is my weekly tracker. So every week I try to write in my Commonplace books, and then I do a review of the week, and then I try to write a summary of the week. This is something new. And then artist date, which is a technique that's used in The Artist Way by Julia Cameron. Yeah, so that is the habit tracker. So pretty cool. And we're back. So if you want more details on these journaling techniques, please let me know in the comments. I think the most important thing to note here is journaling is for you, by you, and to you. And even if you follow one of these journaling techniques, ultimately, you need to be journaling for yourself, to yourself, and by yourself. And that's all I have for today's video. If you liked the video, please give the video a like. If you liked me, please give me a subscribe. And if you hated the video, put it down in the comments on what you hated. And let me know what type of journaling technique that you use in your life and journaling techniques that has inspired you to be a better person. Thank you.